thought that today I just would skip out on the face part because I want to show you a pen wrap, and I think I can show you that best here. So this one was made for me and sent to me by the person who makes these. The company is called It's a Wrap, and the person who makes these is a retired Navy veteran. And pen wraps are a little difficult because often I find either they are super thin and they offer no real protection to your pens, or they are super thick and you carry around this massive, huge diameter object. And I think that this really is, pardon me, a very nice balance in protection and thinness of the material. Made out of 100% cotton. I also like that. Cotton's a natural material, and nylon, for example, could be a bit scratchy if that's a big issue for you when it comes to pens. So, it's a wrap. See what I did there? It's a wrap, and that means that there are not like 500 features to talk about, but there are a couple of things that I really like. First of all, there's windmills, the Netherlands, kind of funny. And here's the closure. It's very simple, right? And right now there's nothing in this, so I'll show you what the current diameter is, right? So it's empty. So this closure doesn't do a whole lot because there's nothing in it. But it's a very simple system, right? This elastic material, you wrap it around, and you have a bead here, and you just put this around, and you're done. Right, and of course you could sort of tighten that a little bit, I suppose, but that's pretty much it. So it's very simple. Then there's also this little pendant, which I think is very cute. It's a little dip nib, not an actual dip nib, but like it's one of these little pendants, which I think is just funny. It's cute. Okay, so what about the actual wrap? Let me open this up. So here we have the wrap closed. You can see the inside material is a different material than what's on the outside, and I think it looks quite nice. Now, what about its functionality? Well, you have this big flap, and I really like what happened here. So you have all these lines. I don't know if it was designed with this in mind, but you can fold this in different ways quite easily because of that stitching. So that pattern, that works very well. Not only does it keep the inside and the outside of the roll close together, right? Like you can't pull this apart or something. So that's solid in that regard. But again, it makes it very easy to fold this over in different ways. Why is that relevant? Well, glad you asked. That is relevant because you may have larger pens, or you may have smaller pens, or you may have a mix. And what I really liked about this wrap is that it holds pens of different sizes. I'll show you what I mean. So let's start off with a very a very small pen. Here we have a Yardley Lead Viceroy Pocket, and this is a pocket pen, right? This is a small pen. What do you do with a small pen? Well, you could put it here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slots for pens, and then there is this one, cut at a slanted angle, right? But you can see this is the only one that has this sort of flap that folds over. Very good for a smaller pen, because I can still access it. I don't have to dig my fingers in and it won't fit or whatever, right? I can just fold back that flap and I can take this out if I want to. So that's really nice for a smallish pen, and of course if you want to, I suppose you could put the clip in, whatever, how you do that. So there is that. And in this case, I could just close this up, right? Just as it's sort of designed to be closed, I suppose. Like it just, natural line there, folds, great, no issues. But what if you don't only have small pens, you also have some bigger pens? This is a very big pen, right? This is a Delta Roma Imperiale, but let's not go there straight away. Let's look at a pretty normally sized pen. I would say this is a pretty normally sized pen. Here we have a Lamy Studio, a very normally sized pen. Okay, well, I wouldn't put that there, I would put that here. Okay, that works too. You know what, let's start on the left here, may as well. Okay, so that works. I can still close this. I may as well leave that Yardley Lead in. So now we have 2 out of 6 covered. Now what if you have some bigger pens? So let's just see what happens here. So okay, I got this Visconti Opera Master. You see that's bigger. Now I can just fold it this way, right? Because now I have this line here, so it kind of folds about there. No issue. Let's just fill this up because I'm not gonna talk about every pen in this much detail, obviously. How about a Leonardo Momento Zero Grande? That's a bigger pen. How about that Delta Roma Imperiale? That's a really big pen. And then let's do something else. Here's a Siahi that I just happen to have lying around. Okay, so you have pens of different sizes. Does it close? Does it wrap up? How fat is it? All very fair questions. First of all, are your pens secure? I would say so. Because I have to work on making these touch, right? So I would say your pens are secure. They're not going to rattle into each other, which is a big issue for some people. Okay, well, let's close it up. Flap, closed. There is no space in this for notebooks or anything of that nature. I don't think that's a negative. I'm just saying because some people like that type of functionality. This wrap doesn't have that. If you want that, you need to buy another wrap. Okay, let's try to keep this as tight as we can. It's not difficult to roll up. I want to make this really tight so that you can see how fat this gets. Given the pens I put in here, given that one of them was really quite big, I really don't think this is bad. I think this is good. I can easily hold this with one hand, no issue. And nothing rubs against each other, right? You don't hear any noise, so I think that's really nice. You can also see that at this point, this closure is quite secure. Oh, sorry, this closure is quite secure, right? It doesn't come off. Of course, you can open it, but I don't think this would open up in your bag or something. So I really like that. Just for the fun of it, let's put another really big pen in. I have something from B.R.E Studios. That's another really big pen. I think I have a fair mix here of bigger and smaller pens now. Some wider, so girthier and narrower pens. Still very doable. So there you have it. What do I like? What do I not like about these wraps? Sorry. There's a couple of things I really like. I like the way they are made. Stitching is very neat. It's clean. I like that. This material I am utterly comfortable putting expensive pens in because this is a very soft material that would be very kind on your pens, which I really love. I like that there is enough space in the slots. I mean, again, this is a wide pen. This is really very girthy, right? And it just slips in there without any issue. So there is space for bigger pens. And even if you put in a narrower pen, I even have this here. This is a Yardled Viceroy, the standard size. It'll move a bit, but because of the material, it won't just slide out either. So I think that's really neat. I like this capacity. I think 6 pens is a nice capacity for a roll like this. Finally, what did I want to say? The price. I have only found these commercially on Independence. I'll leave you a link in the description of the video. So Independence, they sell them for $40 US. Is that a fair price? I would say so. I mean, given that this is a basically handmade product, right? I mean, I'm sure the stitching is machined, but you know what I mean. Like, this is not just like an injection molded pen that you can churn out by the thousands. I think that's a fair price for someone's time that's put in. Plus, again, the most important thing about a wrap for me is the pens are secure. They don't rattle around, they don't bang into each other. I feel that they are quite secure. And what I also really like, sorry, I'm just taking out the pens for this, is that the material on the outside is quite stiff. I simply, I don't know if there's something lining it, but it's quite stiff. You see, there's not, you can't just easily fold this over. So what I'm trying to say is I really feel like your pens have good protection in this. Anything I don't like about it? Not really. I think it's well made. I also like the shape. It's kind of playful, and it really does its job really well. So there's nothing I really dislike about it. So I think it's a great product, and I'm happy to play around with this a bit more. But so far, again, experiences, different types of pens, different shapes of pens, experience has been very positive. So, kind thank you for sending me this. I hope this was useful, and I'll gladly see you later.